So hello, and thank you so much for joining Straight Talk Saturday. I am Coach Dee, and I am so happy to have you here with me. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, if you find the content interesting, informative, or useful in any way, please share it with a friend and have that friend share it with a friend. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. But today we're going to talk about needs and the importance of understanding your needs in order to have a successful relationship. So, one of the steps that I take my clients through when they are seeking relationship coaching is a relationship assessment. So, I have a relationship assessment that deals with, it's a relationship readiness assessment. So it deals with a few different areas to help me make some determinations as to which areas that we may need to work on. So my needs is one of the categories. So my needs, the questions that it asks is, I am clear about what I need for a relationship to function for me on a daily basis. I am clear about what I need emotionally to feel loved in a relationship. I am clear about my boundaries and how to enforce them to get my needs met. I ask for what I need and want and take responsibility for the outcome. I do not expect a relationship to meet all of my needs and make me happy. I have a support system to supplement me meeting my social and emotional needs. And then I have inner strength, which helps me be self-reliant and proactive about my needs. So those are the questions that need to be answered when completing the assessment. And you would either check it if it's like something that applies to you, or leave it unchecked if it doesn't apply to you. So if it's the truth about you, so just for example, if you're clear about what you need for a relationship to function on a daily basis, you would check that. Okay, if you're not clear, you would leave it unchecked. Okay, and then as a coach, what I would do is I would kind of walk you through additional questioning to get you to like truly understand what your needs are. Okay, so we have emotional and functional needs. So a lot of times what happens is we try, so particularly ladies, okay, for men it may present itself as an issue, but I think for women it's way more a problem. So for the ladies, what we'll do is we will set out on this dating journey or this relationship journey or this journey to marriage, not truly understanding what it is that makes us happy. And if we don't understand what makes us happy, we'll never understand who we should be kind of joining forces with. Okay, so the thing about this is, if you understand what your needs are, and if you know that that person is meeting your needs or can meet your needs, then that's the person you should align yourself with. But a lot of times what happens is we haven't done enough self-reflection, or we aren't self-aware enough to understand what our needs are. So we'll end up aligning ourselves or being with someone who does not meet our needs or who is not good for us. And then therefore we end up unhappy. Okay, or we end up feeling a little upset because we've wasted our time on this particular dating situation or marriage or relationship or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so what I would suggest, I would recommend this highly. If you are having some difficulty dating, take a step back. Take a step back first. Take a step back. Kind of understand who you are first. Become more self-aware. Okay? Do some self-reflection. Understand what was good about some of your past relationships and understand what was bad about them. Understand what you can deal with, and then understand what you can't deal with. And then continue on to, okay, how exactly should this person present himself to me? Like, how should this person be that I probably could get along with well? And I would say, take it a step further, even, and maybe visualize your perfect partner, okay? So that it can manifest itself. So, and if you don't believe in the power of positive thought, you might not be with me right there, but positive thinking works. If you believe in visualization works. And then if you don't believe that it works, it just feels good. So do it anyway. Okay? Just do it anyway. So back to the needs. So there are functional needs. Functional needs that we must have for our relationships to be successful. Functional needs. Functional needs such as kept agreements. And I want to talk about kept agreements for a second because, that may be something that everybody is kind of thinking, well, kept agreements, hey, if we got an agreement, I want him to keep it. But a kept agreement is different than an expectation. So often what happens is there's really no formal agreement, formal or informal agreement. It's just an expectation. So the expectation may be, if you're late, call. That's just the expectation because that's what you would do. But that's not the agreement. Okay? That's not the agreement. So there must be communication to understand if this is an expectation or if this is an agreement, first off. And then if that is an absolute need of yours where you need someone to keep agreements, you need to be that person that says, okay, and don't even bring it up as an expectation. Just say, I want to have an understanding. I want to have an understanding of, how you would handle certain situations. So like, stop talking about miscellaneous nothing when you're on your dates or when you're having these text conversations or when you're on the phone. Talk about something that's important. Like, it is important to me for a person to, if they're going to be late, to call. So can you tell me, like, how do you respond or how do you handle situations when you're running tardy? Okay? Or you're running late or, something changes and you have to cancel. How do you handle those types of situations? Then that way you can get a feel for who you're really dealing with. Okay? And if kept agreements is something that just kind of burns you up, like when someone does not keep an agreement, then you can make a determination whether this person is good for you or not. You can make a determination whether you should align yourself with this person or not based on their answer. Okay? So you can listen to the answer, but then also, kind of watch the actions a little bit. We always have to watch how people treat us to know if they would actually meet our needs. We can't just listen, okay? We just can't listen and say, oh, because we might just hear everything that sounds beautiful, okay? So another functional need, pick up after self, okay? So pick up after self, respect for space, good grooming and dressing. So I had a conversation on Facebook the other day talking about, I posted something saying it was like God, it was a conversation from God to a woman, and it says, God, why haven't you sent me a husband? And that's what the post says. It says her, and then it says God saying, I sent him to you, but he had on Rockaware, and you told him, doggone. So I believe that the good grooming is absolutely a functional need, okay? But what I would encourage my ladies not to do is to dismiss or be dismissive of men who may not dress, like GQ. Because, and then this dressing is not necessarily like, I don't want to say like a out of date dressing. It's more so like a style of dressing. When they talk about good grooming and dressing. So we absolutely are. We absolutely are attracted to people, and if they dress a certain way. But what I would encourage you not to do, ladies, is not to be dismissive. If you see someone who may not be dressed completely the part that you um, imagine, okay? Because, perhaps it might be a situation where you can, help a little bit in that area. Not everybody is so, fashion savvy, or, understand what looks good and what doesn't look good. So this is where there may be an opportunity for you to come in and help, assist, just as the Bible states, be a helpmeet, okay? Help. So, respect for law. Respect for law is absolutely a functional need. So this is, for you to consider if you would mind dating someone who has a record, or, the person who kind of, doesn't really care about the law, will do some things, or do you want the person to be more straight-laced? So that's absolutely a consideration. So this is real. It's absolutely a consideration. It's something for you to think about, because, if you want to share your life with someone, the things that they do will impact you. So if you're kind of like more of a risk taker, and it doesn't bother you for someone to not not follow all the laws, and when people are out here doing whatever they do, buying hot merchandise, and stealing, buying stuff hot, stealing stuff, if that isn't an issue for you, then you can roll with it. But if it's something where you know that you need someone who will not kind of be part of that life, then it's a consideration. You don't align yourself with someone who is not like good for you, or someone who is not going to make you happy. Because again, your needs go hand in hand with your happiness. So if you understand your needs, you understand what makes you happy. If you don't get your needs met, you're not going to be happy. Okay? So, emotional needs. So I'm just going to talk about emotional needs for a second. So, wait a minute. Let me back up. So, I'm just going to run through a couple more functional needs, because I don't think I gave you guys enough. Financial responsibility is one. Financial responsibility. So, it's a functional need. It helps you function. So, if you come across someone who is not very financially responsible, and it's something that you really can't see yourself aligning your life with, then it would equate to you being unhappy. So then you keep going. Okay? This is how you determine what your needs are, and how you determine who should be in your life and who shouldn't be in your life. If a person can't meet your needs, they shouldn't be in your life. Period. I don't care how cute he is. I don't care how much money. I don't care. If they cannot meet your needs, he should not be in your life, because he's not going to make you happy. Unless you just want the temporary happiness, or you just are going to settle, then go for it. But if you're truly looking for that happy relationship, your needs have to be met. So respect for space is another functional need. Pick up after self. Functional needs. So you have people who do not pick up. They don't pick up their stuff. Okay, you have people who are not as, tidy with their stuff. Okay, so if that is an issue for you, then again, you need to have conversations, meaningful conversations, when you're getting to know someone, to find out if they have some of the things that you're looking for, in order to know if you should even continue the conversation. Another one on this list for a functional need is effective co-parenting skills. So effective co-parenting skills, what I have learned is, that is kind of subjective. If you talking to one parent, effective may be this. If you talk to another parent, effective may be that. So you need to make sure that you're aligned on that if you have children. Okay? So emotional needs. So emotional needs is affection, really, I cannot tell you how many clients I have or I have had who have dealt with issues around affection. Okay. And they come and they ask me, well, how can I get him to be more affectionate? I'm at a total loss because, for one, if someone is not being affectionate and you need affection, I don't know how you get someone to be something that they're not. I really just don't. The only way that a person can be something that they're not is that they want to be it. It wouldn't come from an outside force. So it wouldn't come from a girlfriend telling her boyfriend, hey, I need you to be more affectionate. It wouldn't come from a wife telling her husband, I need you to be more affectionate. So the thing about it is, if you meet someone who is not affectionate and you need affection, you two don't align. So what you need to do is keep going. You need to make a determination whether, oh, okay, can I deal with it? Is this really a need? And then again, the way that you determine if it's truly a need for you is if you don't get it, you're going to be unhappy. So if you're going to be the person in the relationship and you're just going to be complaining about not getting affection, then it's something that you need. So you might want to just move on. Okay? Because this is an emotional need for you, and your emotional need equals your happiness in the relationship. So encouragement. Encouragement is an emotional need. For some people, they need encouragement. For others, they don't need as much encouragement. What I will say is, words of affirmation, if you're familiar with the 5 love languages with Gary Chapman, the encouragement will fall under words of affirmation, where someone truly is uplifting you. Okay, so for some people, that's not their love language, so they don't care about encouragement, because we're all made different. We're all different. So for one person, they may need encouragement. Like for me, my love language is words of affirmation. So quality time and words of affirmation, the two that lead it for me. And if you're interested in finding out more about your love language, then absolutely go to 5lovelanguages.com and take the quiz. I'll go ahead and put the quiz on my website as well, a link to the quiz. But, this is important stuff for you to really understand how you give and receive love, because it falls in line with these needs that you have. And if your needs are not being met, the relationship is just not going to work, and you're not going to be happy. And a lot of times I think we try to fool ourselves into believing that we can just make it work. We can fit this, this square peg into this round circle, and we cannot. We cannot fit the square peg into the round hole. We cannot do it, okay, when it comes to our needs. So a few more of the needs, emotional needs, it would be, of course, support, compliments, understanding, sacrifice, heartfelt sharing, patience. So, some of us need patience. Some of us don't. Some of us need understanding. Some of us don't. We don't care. So all of us, because of how our background and what makes us us, we come to our relationships, kind of needing different things. So again, if we understand what we need, we understand what makes us happy. If we understand what makes us happy, we know that if we're not getting what makes us happy from someone, that relationship is not going to be a happy relationship. So that is why it's absolutely necessary to understand our needs before we even set out on this journey for dating, for relationship commitment, or for marriage. Because if we don't understand what we need, we're out here just looking like, oh my goodness, what do I I just want a date. I just want a date. No, you don't just want a date. You want a date with someone. You want to talk to that person, figure out if this person has the potential to meet your needs, because this is not a game. This is not a game. This is your life. If this person has the potential to meet your needs, if they don't, then you set them free and you go and you move on to the next person. You don't hold on to someone that you know is incapable of meeting your needs, because, you know, things don't align. And then you're just going to be unhappy, and then you're just going to be nagging, and you're just going to be complaining, and you're just going to be trying to get someone to change something that they're probably incapable of changing because they don't understand why they need to change it. So it's best to meet people where they are. If where they are isn't good enough for you, let them go. Find someone else today. All right? So that's my Straight Talk Saturday for this week. Again, I appreciate you joining me. Please check out my website at coachingbydj.com. If you're interested in having me help you work through your functional and emotional needs, please go to the website and sign up for a session. Just sign up for one video coaching session, and I can walk you through how to work through understanding your functional and emotional needs a little bit better. Again, I certainly appreciate you joining me. Please share this if you found the information useful. Again, thanks so much for joining me at Straight Talk Saturdays. Join me again soon. I'm going to be adding content often, so join me soon.